All right, so we are back. I had to switch all my audio or my mics up. I don't know what's going on. I'm not even gonna try to fix it right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and get going. So I know the audio is not gonna be optimal. I know there's probably gonna be some noise in the background, but for whatever reason, it just stopped working. I don't know. I gotta do some more. I need to look into it a little bit more and figure it out. I don't have time, so I want to make sure we get the stream out before it gets too late. What's going on, David? So what we'll do is we'll just get in and we'll do more Q&A today. I was going to do more like global entry. We'll talk a little bit about global entry, but since we're starting a little late, I want to make sure we get everything situated. Yeah, I don't know. So right now I'm using a shotgun mic, which is the one that I was trying to get away from because it was bothering me. There's like a little noise and stuff in the background, whatever. I know I'm not going to get it perfect, so I am just going to deal with it at this point, and then we'll figure it out. I got, like I said, I have bigger things that are wrong right now. That's my whole monitor on my laptop is broken or something. It's not on. It won't turn on. So I'm just using my external monitor right now. So anyway, yeah, I'm having a good day today. So I need to figure that out. I need to figure out some other things, but that's all not important at this point. Let's just get into the chat. So if you guys have questions, first off, just let me know you're here just by saying hello. And then if you guys have questions and things like that, you can post it in the chat, and then we'll talk about it. Today we are going to talk about global entry. That's going to be our main topic. And the reason that I'm doing this, I did another live stream and talked about global entry, but I still get people asking questions about it. And then I did initially I did a video on global entry. And then I did the live stream on global entry, and then someone asked the question about can you get global entry if you're not a U.S. citizen? And that's some stuff that I didn't know, so I looked it up and found out, yeah, you don't have to be a U.S. citizen in order to get global entry. So I did another video about that, and so now I want to kind of put everything together just in one live stream, and we can talk about it. You guys can tell me your experiences with global entry, as well as I'll tell you my experiences, and then we'll go from there. So if you guys are here right now, please hit the like button, and please consider sharing on Twitter and all that good stuff, so maybe we can get even more people in. I usually always tell you guys hit the like button, and if you're new, subscribe. But also share. If you have a Twitter account or anything like that, just share it to your Twitter fans, and maybe we can get even more people in. And like I said, the more we get in, the better. We'll have at least more knowledge in the room. So that's the way that I look at that. And the more knowledge that we have, the more we can help each other out when it comes to our experiences and things like that. Okay, so let's see, who all do we have in here right now? Okay, Image Wire, what's going on, buddy? That guy, what's going on? David, I already said what's up to you. Jeremy, what's up? Hip to we're just gonna call you Hip, all right? What's going on from Texas? Dallas, Texas. All right, so yeah, so start thinking about things. If you guys do have global entry, TSA Precheck, let me know what your experience has been, and I'll just kind of talk a little bit about my experience. Now, I'm running one monitor down, so it's going to be a little more difficult for me to do some of the stuff that I normally do. So I usually have two monitors, and I just go back and forth. But it looks like I'll probably... Actually, I didn't even game plan this. Okay, so when I share my screen, I'm not going to be able to see the live feed anymore. So just be aware of that. If you guys are asking questions and stuff like that, I'm not going to be able to see it. But I just want to go over to the Global Entry website real quick, and then we can kind of just go from there. And let me know how many of you guys have Global Entry or TSA Precheck. Let's see, Global Entry. And I'm going over this very briefly. I'd like to do more just a Q&A today. mainly because, like I said, I'm down one down one monitor, so I can't do it the way I normally do it. Okay, and I think we can go from here and just do the desktop video. All right, so here we go. Applying for Trusted Traveler. Looks like, you know what, they have a new website. This isn't their old website. So that is interesting. Or I should say this is a new kind of setup. Or maybe it's not. Or maybe I'm not even on Global Entry. Is this the government site? No, I don't think it is. I don't think, yeah, this is not the government site. Okay. Let's see. We'll do it one more time here. And you have to be careful to make sure you go on the actual site, the Global Entry site, because if you go on another site, then there's probably, they're there for a reason. They're probably going to charge you something and say, oh yeah, you can get Global Entry. We'll show you how to do it. And then they charge you some kind of a fee in order to get it done, an additional fee. So Global Entry is $100. So you get Global Entry for $100, but you get Global Entry and you get TSA Precheck. What you need to do is go to the website. So go to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection website and then fill out the application. And then they will get back to you and let you know as far as a date to come in, because you need to do like an interview. Interview's very, very basic. You pretty much just show up there. They'll have you sit down, and then they'll call you up, and you're literally standing at a desk. It's kind of like a DMV. You're just standing on one side of the desk. The customs agent standing on the other side of the desk. He's going to ask you a few questions, or she's going to ask you a few questions, and then they're going to have for me, it just look like a little webcam. They'll take your picture. And they'll just kind of advise you, if you have a criminal background and stuff like that, then that's what they're looking into. So you can be denied because of that. And then from that point on, I think they did give me my known traveler number. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember, to be honest with you. But and this was a while ago that I got it. But they will give you a known traveler number. If not on that day, then soon, because they've already kind of looked at your case anyway, so they kind of know what's going on with you. But they will give you a known traveler number. And once they give you that known traveler number, then that's what you would use when you apply, or not apply, but when you book your flights and stuff like that. You put in the known traveler number, and then from that point, the airline will link that to your Global Entry, and then they'll give you, like on your ticket, it'll say TSA Precheck. Even if your Global Entry is still going to say TSA Precheck, because Global Entry does not apply in the U.S. Okay, so if I'm flying domestically, it's going to be TSA Precheck that I'm using. But when I leave the country and then come back, when I'm coming back into the country, that's when I use Global Entry. So, real good program. I absolutely love it. I've had it for ever since I started back traveling. So started up traveling again, I should say. It's been probably about 2.5 years since I've had it. And it's you can see like these pictures here that they're showing, these kiosks, and this is the way they look when you get there too. Let me go back here. This is the way they look when you actually go to the airport. You're gonna have a huge line of people that are going through regular customs, and then you're gonna have all these open kiosks, and that's where you go. So you don't have to wait in line at all. I mean, I've never waited in line with Global Entry. Entering back into the country. Never waited in line. Always just walk right up. They have, in like LAX, they had, I want to say at least 30 of these different little kiosks all in this little area. You just walk right up there. My last trip, I went to Colombia, so on my way back, I came back into LAX, and it was one of those things, and I talked about this in another video, but it was pretty interesting. It was funny, okay? Funny for me, not funny for everyone else, because we walked at least a mile. That's what it felt like to get to customs. Like we were going all around, looping around, going upstairs and downstairs and all that good stuff. Then finally we get to customs, and when we get to customs, you see the line as you're walking up. So you get the gasp from everyone, like, because they see this long line of customs, to get through customs. And it's probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening. Most people are tired, and they've all been on the plane with me, and they've been flying we came from El Salvador. So it was about a 6-hour flight. And so you have all these people that are tired and they're just ready to go home or get into the country, and they have to wait in these long lines. So everyone's going there, and you have people directing, okay, you need to go here, you need to go here. And then I get to one of the people I always ask anytime I go, because I actually didn't see the global entry. It was off to my left, and everyone else was going off to the right. And so I said, global entry? She was like, oh, yes, sir, right this way. And so she pointed, and there's nobody there. Nobody. I'm the only one. There's 30 kiosks, and I'm the only one in there using the kiosk. So then from that point, I go to the customs agent who's sitting right in that global entry area, and he didn't even look at my ticket. He just directed me, hey, go pick your bags up over here. So I go pick my bags up. And then, I shouldn't say that. I go to the area to pick my bags up, and it took about 15 minutes. So that's where they caught up to me. That's the only downfall. So if you do have bags that you check, you still have to wait to get your bags. And in our situation, the bags didn't come right away, so we waited. And so some of the people that were on my plane that didn't have global entry, they caught up to me at that point. So then I get my bags, and then I go straight to, I think they even have a global entry area where you don't have to stand in the other line when you're leaving with your bags. You can go to the global entry. I want to say it was global entry and like the flight attendants and the flight employees. And so I went through there, handed them my ticket. He literally they just take your ticket, and sometimes they'll look because you have a picture on it. It takes your picture when you're doing the kiosk. Sometimes they'll look, but this last time he just took the ticket, and I was on my way. So really good experience. Global entry is for travelers. So if you do travel a lot, or even if you don't travel that much, you get global entry. You can keep it for 5 years, I believe. I think it's 5 years. And one of the things about global entry that people might not know is getting some travel credit cards. A lot of travel credit cards now, or more and more travel credit cards now, are allowing you to get a credit. So every 5 years or every 4 years, they'll allow you to get this credit. I think it's every 4 years. Yeah, it's every 4 years. So every 4 years I can apply using my credit card, and they will credit that $100 back to my account. So you're getting global entry and Tsa Precheck for free, so you don't have to pay anything for it. So that's good. But it's a real good system. So like I said, fill out the application. You have to have your email tied to it, and then from that point, then they'll notify you when your application has been reviewed and like accepted, I guess you could say at that point. And then that's when you have to set up your interview. And for me, I'm fortunate. I live in Southern California, so there are a lot of different areas, a lot of different interview facilities available, and so I wanted to get it as soon as possible. So I went a little bit out of the way, and I went to San Diego, which is about an hour and a half away. And I did that because I wanted to get it done right away. So I went all the way to the border, to the Customs and Border Protection facility at the border. That's where I went. And so, yeah, that's how I did it. It's a good program to consider. There are other programs out there like Clear. Clear's a little more expensive, and that's more for if you really, really travel a lot. I think global entry is kind of that sweet spot, and if you have the right travel credit cards, you can really, really do well with global entry. So, all right, so that's all. I just wanted to kind of show you the website. I don't really want to go through everything on the website. If you guys want more information, I put some links. I'm hoping the links are on there already, because I put some links on this live stream, so you can check out the video that I did, and I'll walk you through everything on how to apply and all that good stuff. But yes, really a great program to consider getting. And it's all about, when it comes down to it for me, it's all about just being able to not have to stress about certain things. And I hate waiting in line, so that's one of the things I get stressed out about when I'm traveling. So I don't like the whole process of traveling. So I'm trying to improve that. I'm constantly trying to improve my whole travel experience. I love going to different destinations. Once I get there, I enjoy myself. But just that process, that travel process, getting, as soon as you get to, not even getting to the airport, before you get to the airport, on your way to the airport, when you're waiting in those lines at the airport, I just try to streamline as much as I possibly can just to make that experience just overall a better experience, because that's kind of my that's the thing that bugs me the most about traveling. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Like, when it comes to traveling, I'm all for it, but I don't like waiting in line. I like doing the whole airport thing. And everyone's, not everyone, but a lot of people are stressed out when they're at the airport. They're just not having a good time, and I get it, because I'm the same way. But yeah, I'd love to know you guys. Put it in the chat. Just we can start talking about that as well. If you guys are in here right now, please like the video so we can get up. We got 30 likes last live stream, so I was excited about that. So I want to get at least 30 likes on each live stream, and please share this with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, so they know what's going on, so they can jump in and maybe participate with us and learn some new things or teach us some new things. Yesterday we had a guy on from JetBlue, and so I was doing the live stream about JetBlue, the new oh god, the new flight to London that they'll be doing in 2021. And this guy Jim works for JetBlue, and so he came in and he added some real valuable information about JetBlue. So that's what I'm all about. Like, I want to make sure we get more and more people in, because the more people we can get in, the better we can make these live streams. So, all right, let's go to the chat. Let's see what's going on in there. Let's see, if you guys have questions about TSA Precheck or anything like that, please put it in the chat, and we'll go over that. If you guys have questions about anything really travel related, then put it in the chat as well, and we'll talk about it. But let's see what's going on for right now. And like I said, you guys are gonna have to excuse me. I'm a little I'm laughing, but I'm a little irritated with a few things. The sound, my audio, whatever, went out. I started the live stream a little earlier today, and I don't know what was going on with the audio, so I had to change that out. My computer monitor broke, so I need to figure out. I'm gonna have to take it back. I've only had this computer like three months, so I will take it back. But I'm down one monitor, so there are a lot of different things that I can't do that I usually I can switch back from one screen to the next, but now I'm just working on one screen, so things might be a little bit different. So I'm just letting you guys know kind of where I am right now. So I'm a little flustered. Let's just say that. Okay, alrighty. How to build credit TV? What's going on? Let's see. Did I miss any questions up there? Okay. Okay. Yeah. What's going on, that guy? No, yeah, I'll get it done. I'm gonna get it done. As far as the whole laptop and all that. Hopefully I'll work on it tomorrow. Not me personally, but you know how it is. Like, that's one thing that's really frustrating. And luckily I do have another computer, but you take it to these places to get it fixed, and it's like 3 weeks or a month that you have to wait in order to get your computer back. So I'm already prepared for that. So that's a little frustrating to me, because it's going to kind of set me back. But I'm just going to have to make it work. And use the reason I got this laptop is because it was faster than my old laptop, and I was getting to the point where my videos, it was just I couldn't edit videos. It was ridiculous. So that's why I got this one. I started using it, and honestly, for the first couple months, I didn't use it very much. I just used it for the live streams, and then I started using it more and more for my editing, mainly because I had all my editing stuff on my old computer. So I didn't want to like switch, whatever. I was just I was comfortable using my old computer until it got to the point where it was unbearable, and so I just had to switch back. Okay, let's go ahead and start talking about some stuff we have in here. We need a TSA agent up here. Yeah. I don't know. Well, and it's all Homeland Security, but Customs is they're the ones that pretty much go through that whole process with you as far as getting a global entry and stuff, and they're the ones that are checking the global entry tickets and all that good stuff. So TSA, Customs they'd have more information for us. Okay, watching from Houston. All right, how to build your credit. Let's see. Lionel's coming from Chicago. Let's move through here. If you guys have questions specifically for me, just put TEC before you write your question, and then I will be able to see that, and I'll answer those questions. I have global entry and TSA Precheck. That's Jeremy. Yep, it's the way to go, I'm telling you. I have Precheck. I didn't know when I got a global entry included both. Yeah. And so and some people don't know, that's David saying that. Some people don't know, like, it's better to just go with global entry because then you'll get both. And you want to have global entry if you're leaving the country, or you're re-entering the country, I should say, because it just makes things so much better and so much faster. And I mean, that's worth that money. Just that alone, for me, is worth the $100. But like I said, a lot of credit cards now, more and more, they're giving you this $100 TSA credit. So that makes it that makes it a no-brainer for me when it comes to getting global entry. If I'm getting it for free, yeah, I'm definitely jumping on it. Okay, alrighty, global entry. I have pre-check. Okay. So Lionel, I have global entry and love it. Yeah, so Lionel loves it. Yeah, it's the way to go, guys. It's definitely the way to go. I don't have global entry, and that's that guy. So yeah, that guy, you shouldn't consider getting it. And if you have travel credit cards now, see if one will give you that global entry or give you that credit for global entry. What's going on, Mark? How you doing? Let's see. Don't send us to clickbait robot sites. What site did I send you to, that guy? Oh, when I was looking at the. Yeah, that's crazy. See how that works? And I'm glad I actually did it on here and talk about it. But you type in global entry, and what comes up? Not the global entry government site, but this third-party site where they're trying to get a little money out of you. So make sure when you do type in search global entry, make sure you're going to the government website .gov, not a .com. If you see a .com, it's not going to be the right site, and you might end up having to pay a little extra money in order to get global entry. Basically, they'll say, "Oh yeah, we'll set you up," and I don't even know how the whole thing works as far as how they work it, because you need to fill that application out on the government website, and then they're the ones that contact you. So I don't know how that works. Also, I did another video about this, and there's a link in the description. I'm saying in the description, they like the cards, the little. Let's see if I'm here. No, it would be over here. Actually, that went behind that. So it'll be over on this side. This side. God, I could never be a weather reporter. That side right there. There you go. Yeah, I got it. So on this side at the very top, I put some cards in there. Hopefully they're showing up. If they're not, then I'll post it in the description at the end of this video. But you can go to that, and then it'll talk about the whole citizenship thing. So you don't have to be a U.S. citizen, in order to get global entry, which I was surprised to find that out. So there are certain countries that are kind of in this global entry setup. So that's good for those countries. Let's see, and global entry. My experience with global entry, like I said earlier, I've never had to wait in line. Never. When I say global entry, I'm talking about global entry. So I'm talking about coming back into the country. I've never had to wait in line. Now, as far as TSA PreCheck, yes, you are going to have to wait in line from time to time. More and more people are getting TSA PreCheck, and so you do have to wait in line, but it's not a long line. I mean, it's maybe at the most 10 deep, like 10 people in front of you at the most, and it still moves faster because when you go through and I'm glad they're starting to have global or TSA PreCheck lines at all airports, not every airport, but most airports. Even the smaller ones, like I go out of Long Beach on occasion, and when I go out of Long Beach, very small airport, they have TSA PreCheck, dedicated lines for TSA PreCheck. Because when I first got it 2.5 years ago, there were some airports that they would have TSA PreCheck, but they might not have it in certain areas, and so I was finding myself going and still having to wait in the regular line, even though I had TSA PreCheck, which is really frustrating. Or going through a line that's combined TSA PreCheck and regular people. And when I say going through the line, not just standing in line, but when you go through the security. Because if you go through the security as TSA PreCheck, it's different than going through the regular security. There are a lot of things that you don't have to do. You don't have to take your shoes off. You don't have to take your laptop out of the bag. Your camera equipment you don't have to take out. So it just makes that process a lot better and a lot faster because you don't have a lot of people having to, stop to take their shoes off, stop to take their bags out of their laptop out of the bag and all that good stuff. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, and I did, like I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. I did do a video or a live stream about global entry before. I wanted to do another one because I still get questions asked about global entry. And I wanted to kind of combine everything, like the whole U.S. citizenship stuff. I didn't talk about that in the other live stream. I did a video about it, video after the fact, but I didn't talk about it in the live stream. So I want to have everything all in one. Plus, I want to see what your experience has been, like in the chat, like everyone, what your experience has been. And I'm saying, I've never had to wait in line coming back into the country. And they usually have, let's see, so LAX, they've really improved their whole setup at LAX, because I remember coming to LAX, and they had maybe 7 or 8 machines, global entry machines. Yeah, I still didn't have to wait in line, but there were like 7 or 8 of the machines. And now they have a whole new section. Like I told you, I walked. It seemed like we walked for a mile to get to customs. But once we got there, everything is really spread out, and you go in and they have like 30 global entry machines in there. So yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know why. I'm glad they have 30, but they don't need 30, because I'm telling you, I was the only person in that section. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so David said his interview was like 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, my experience, I had to wait. I probably waited about 15 minutes. You sign in and all that. You set up an appointment, but then you just sign in. So I signed in when I got there, and I waited probably about 15 minutes. And then from that point, then I just walked right up. And when I was talking with the customs agent, it wasn't more than 5 minutes. He was pretty much, and I know they already, I'm pretty sure they've already done the background. Like, they have your information, right? So I'm pretty sure they've already run a record check, so they know if you're a criminal and all that good stuff. And they know like your criminal background. So I know they've already done that, because when I was talking to him, he was pretty much just telling me, yeah, and he did ask me the question, are you a felon or anything like that? And of course I told him no, but he was just pretty much telling me what to prepare for. Like, okay, this is what you're going to prepare for. We're going to send you a little card. You're not going to need to bring that card with you anywhere. You have the known traveler number. That's what what you need to have. But other than that, you don't need to have the card. But we do issue you a card anyway. It's good to have a card, though, because you have now another government-issued ID, so that's good. And then from that point, like I said, it took about 5 minutes. From that point, he took my picture and said you'll be receiving your card in the mail. And now I'm trying to just think over my head. Now I do think he did give me that known traveler number because I was able to book a flight using that number prior to getting the actual card. So yeah, that's pretty much the way it works. It's a great system though, great system. Let's see, Pariah, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I'm back. Working on the audio still, but this is the way we're gonna have it today. I'm just using a different mic today. Okay, David, I was disappointed today when I saw that you censored Jeremy for posting a piece on bank credit cards. Oh, this is the other thing. Okay, all right. Okay, so and this is the way I feel about that. I did see that Facebook chat, or Facebook chat. I'm sorry, the Facebook note. If it's what I don't want is like strictly political stuff. Okay, I agree with David on that aspect. Only because it will just blow up. I'm telling you, people have their. I mean, it's like what you never talk about politics and religion because people have their ideas of the way things should be. I didn't hear the actual video. I think it was a video clip, but if it is related to travel, or in this case it was Chase Bank, you just use your judgment, okay? But if it does get like too much, I don't want to have people fighting back and forth about politics on a travel Facebook group. If you get my drift, I have a regular Facebook account, and people post stuff on there about politics, and it just goes crazy. So I can see both sides. We do want to know stuff about, and I mean, we want to know stuff about travel. We want to know stuff about companies that deal with travel. So I'm okay with that. But let's just kind of, make sure we monitor that. And you guys are both administrators, so if stuff starts getting out of hand, you guys can, take care of what needs to be taken care of, I guess I could say. So I'll leave that up to you guys. But if it's strictly politics, when I say strictly politics, I mean one politician against another politician, or Trump did this, or somebody did this, or that kind of stuff, then no, I don't want that on there. But if it does have something to do with travel, or something to do with travel credit cards, or banking, I'm okay with that, as long as it doesn't get out of hand. That's the way I feel about it. So I was gonna write in there, because I did see a couple of the comments. I was gonna write in there, but I just decided to hold off and talk about it in the stream. So I'm glad you reminded us, ImageWire. Okay. Rican, what's going on? Okay, Rolo, global entry interview was only 4 minutes, and I was approved on the spot. I got the KTN an hour later via email. Okay. So yeah, Rolo said it took him about 4 minutes. That was my experience. I waited longer, sat there and waited longer than it actually took once I walked up there. And yeah, and I can't remember if I got the known traveler number then, or I know he gave me something, but I can't remember if it was a known traveler number or not. But Rolo saying that they emailed it to him like an hour later. Okay. Pariah, is David and Iraqi Canadian or long? Okay, let's move forward. What's the best airport to get that interview? So that guy's asking, what's the best airport to get that interview? I don't know if they do it at airports. You can check. I went to Customs and Border Protection. That's where I went. Now I realize I live I live near the border, like about an hour and a half away. They do have sites all over. Not Customs and Border Protection sites, but they do have some other sites where you can go and do your interview. But I'm fortunate that I live pretty near. I can go, like I said, in my case, I went to the border. I drove that hour and a half and just stayed the night in San Diego and went straight to the border. So if you do have a border location in your area, and you're going to be able to, once you fill out your application, what's going to happen is they're going to give you information on different places, different sites where you can call up and get your interview. But I didn't want to wait. I could have done it in LA County, Orange County. I could have done it in the areas where I live, but I had to wait like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and I wanted to get it right away. So I was able to book it on a Friday, like call in on a Friday, and I was able to go that Monday. So that's the way I wanted to do it. That's the only reason I did that. Let's see. Price said mine was less than 5 minutes. Okay, so we're kind of about that 5 minute mark. It's not very long. You're gonna spend more time sitting in a waiting area probably. Pariah, I don't mind at EWR, or I did mine at EWR. Okay, so you can't do it at airports. I didn't know that. Okay, here's why that's nothing to do with banking or credit. Only had to do with the big bad corporations. People hate how they think we should. Okay, so, and like I said, I didn't I didn't listen to that video. But look, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. If you're posting stuff, or if you see stuff that's really not appropriate, then yeah, you guys have the power to take that down if you want. But and when I say you guys, I mean the administrators. So I have 3 guys: David, Jeremy, and Lionel. So you guys can kind of monitor that. I don't always catch it. So, and my thoughts on it, I want to see where it goes, if that makes sense. Obviously, there's certain things that are just straight up politics, right? Where they're trying to get a reaction. And I don't know. It was a congressional hearing, so it could have been a lot of grandstanding. I don't know. Let's see. ImageWire, I tried to respond, but eventually shut it down. Okay, so it was already shut down. All right. We'll talk about this offline. I don't want to just keep going back and forth on it. Let's see. I did not shut down the article. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk offline about this. So Mark, so what do you think about the TD Bank credit card? God, Mark, you always ask me these questions about cards that I have no idea about. 3% at restaurants, 2% back at grocery stores, and 1% back on all categories. I would look like, so the TD card, is this... my whole thing when it comes to travel credit cards is they have to have a good system set in place. So the earn possibility looks good with those cards, but what can you do with the points? That's basically the way I look. If I can transfer those points to transfer partners, then that's what I want. If they have that strong ecosystem built in, where you have the travel portal, plus you have the transfer partners, like American Express does, and like the Chase Ultimate Rewards program does. Those are the type of programs that I'm interested in. Some of these other programs, I'm not really a fan of programs that really push the points, but you can't really use those points for anything, or you can do the cash back. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to transfer to the transfer partners. And like the city thank you points is another program that they have things already set in place, and then now Capital One, they have transfer partners too. So they have things set in place. Those are the cards that I'm looking for. That's what I think about that. But Mark, on Saturday, that's when we do more of the travel credit card stuff. So I'm not going to pull that up right this minute. Yeah, that's how I feel about travel credit cards. And I didn't know any better. Like back in the day when I first started, I got a Wells Fargo card. It wasn't like the Propel one, but it was another one, and it was a rewards card. And I'm thinking, I can get points and all that. And you hear about points, but that card you don't get anything with it. It's like a cashback card, so it's not anything that I can use for travel. And that's what I want to use my points for travel. Okay. Rolo's saying MCO, so he got his in Orlando. The TSA Precheck or the global entry. Okay, that guy, Pariah, looking for the interview, EWR Hub. Okay. And Pariah saying I only have travel cards. Okay, dude, American Express too. Okay. Yeah, let's see. ImageWire said I erased the post. Okay, let's get over the whole post thing for now. Let's talk travel right now. And I did not promote the Facebook group. That's one thing I missed. missed out on. Let me get a link going here. So we have a Facebook group, and now's a good time, guys. Hit the like button while I'm going through this. So if you have not hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and share this video. Hit the share button as well, and go into your Twitter or go into your Facebook and share this video with other people so they can see that we're on live right now and jump in and learn some stuff about travel, or help us learn some stuff about travel. Okay, so let's get the Facebook group, let's get that link going here. So, let's see. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, and there we go. So, all right, there is our link. So if you are here and you have not joined our Facebook group, please consider doing that. We do a lot of talking there, and it will definitely benefit you, definitely help you out when it comes to travel credit cards, especially if you're new. If you're new with travel credit cards, there's a lot, you're gonna have a lot of questions, and we all are focused on using points for travel, and so you can get a lot of information, and you'll have people that will walk you through things. And if you have questions specifically about travel credit cards, I can help you. You have a lot of people in here that have travel credit cards as well, and they can help you, because it's difficult. Like travel credit cards it's a whole different beast, right? It's like it's getting these points and stuff like that. You can get them and then you don't know how to use them, and so there are a lot of questions that I had when I first started, because I didn't know what I was doing with these points, and then you always don't want to be that person that uses your points or uses too many points, because you're trying to do it for as little points as possible. So you don't want to be that person that uses too many points, and you get what I'm saying. You might have a lot of questions, and if you do, then this is the perfect place for you to get those questions answered. Okay, let's move down here. All right, let's keep going. And what's going on, Maine? How you doing? Okay, so all right. Okay, so that guy said I used it a couple times here in Paris because the Amex wasn't working on some stores. So, what are we talking about? What are you using here? Or any of my MasterCards? So I guess it's a credit card that you're talking about using in Paris. I didn't. Okay, let's keep moving on. It's not travel cards. It's a waste for me. So yeah, Price saying if it's not travel cards, then it's a waste for him. And I agree. I definitely agree. When it comes down to it, I want to use my travel credit cards. I want to get points on those. I want to have a strong set of points. I want to have points that are strong and that are flexible and I can do a lot with. I don't want to just get cards that have earn possibility, and you might see those earn possibility as being good, but you can't really do much with the card. So, okay. Let's move on down. What's the process of getting global entry if you already have a pre-check? Well, unfortunately, I think you have to pay the $100, which the only good thing, I guess, is you're renewing your TSA pre-check as well. So you get global entry, you're going to get TSA pre-check, and now you have it for an additional 5 years. So that's the only real benefit that I can see with having to do it. But yeah, you're going to have to pay global entry. You're going to have to pay all over again. Pay the $100. Let's see. And that's what I'm thinking. I won't say that 100% because now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't heard any other way of doing it. Being that global entry does cost $100. I don't think they give you a discount because you have TSA pre-check already. I think you still have to go through that whole process and get global entry and TSA pre-check at the same time. Let's see. What else? It's Jarahi. Jarahi. I'm gonna call you Howard. How's that? What's going on? What is going on? All right. David, I got TSA pre-check first and then global entry. Okay, so how'd you do it, Jeremy? How did that work out for you? Let's see. Jeremy said, what I did to do is just pay extra, or did you have to get an interview? Let's see. I have so many credit cards that give me those benefits that I didn't. Benefits that I did it backwards, unfortunately. Okay, and that's a good thing. I didn't think about that as well. But like I was saying earlier, if you have a credit card that will allow you to get global entry or TSA PreCheck, then use that credit card. You get the credit, so you're not paying for global entry, and then you just renew everything. Let's see, 7 TEC clear is like 4 to 5 more. 4 times. I don't know if you're saying 4 to 5 more expensive or 4 to 5 times more expensive. Yes, it is. Now, I think Nika talked about the fact that she has or had at one point clear. I'm good with global entry right now. I don't really see a need to go to clear. Clear is for people who travel a lot. So right now I'm good. I think it was like $200 or so. It might even be more. I don't know to get clear. Let's see. Now that I'm in the credit card points game for a few years, I know better. Okay. So he's just talking about getting the whole global entry. Yeah. So I highly I can't say this enough because I don't want people to get out there and get TSA PreCheck and then be upset because I got TSA PreCheck. I could have gotten global entry and TSA PreCheck for $100, but I paid $85 and I only got one. So yeah, I can't emphasize that enough. Get the global entry. That's where you want to go. Even if you don't travel outside the country, get global entry. You never know when you might want to take a trip outside of the country, and you get them both. So pay that extra $15 and just have it. Just in case you need it, and you will. I'm telling you, you will be grateful that you got it when you're coming back into the country. It is an amazing feel. That's probably one of the. Okay, coming back from anywhere, like you go travel and you're having a good time, you're on vacation, and then that trip back is always the worst time, right? For me, it is. It's always my worst time because I'm leaving vacation. I'm now on the plane ride home. I'm just thinking, I got this to do, I got that to do, and I got this, I got to do that. Flying usually long distance, so maybe 5-6 hours. Or coming from Thailand, it's it was a 30-hour from the time that I left Thailand till I got home, and so all that stuff's going on. You're irritated probably. And then you get down to whatever airport you go to, and then you go to that customs line, and you're just like, oh my God. So that's one of the things that I love. Like, when I get down there, I'm always looking. I'm looking for that global entry. Where's the global entry? Where's the global entry? I know it's empty. And then you get there, and then you see this big long line, and it's like, that's not my line. And then you go to the global entry. It just feels good. So it's worth it. Even if you don't think you're going to be leaving the country in the next 5 years, still get global entry. You will be happy you did, because you might leave the country and when you come back in, it's just like, okay, I'm good. All right. Let's see. That's a credit card points game. Plus clears available at fewer airports. So 7 saying clears available at fewer airports. Yeah, and I would think that they're going to expand. It's the same thing with global entry and TSA PreCheck, or I should say in the U.S. TSA PreCheck. So global entry as well. I can't say them both because global entry wasn't accepted in all airports either. So you go to some airports and they didn't have global entry, so you couldn't go to the kiosk and all that. And like I said, LAX, this was the first time. And when was the last time I left the country? Oh, it was Thailand. So the last time I left the country was in August. So it was a little while away, or a little time period away. But this last time that I went, they had like 30 kiosks. prior to that, they had like eight, like 8 or 9 kiosks, and it was like in the corner. So yeah, the system now is so much better, and it's all nice and new, and yeah, it's good. Okay, ImageWire, American Express Platinum pays you back for global entry. Yes, they do. They do. And other cards do as well. Chase Sapphire Reserve, and there are a variety of different cards now that they'll give you that $100 credit. So definitely jump on that. Let's see, Pariah. I got mine with the Amex Platinum. Good for you. Now, when I got mine, I did pay. I paid. I didn't use my credit card because at the time I didn't have a credit card that would get me global. I was just starting out. I didn't have a card that would get me that $100 credit. So, and literally, like I'm telling you, when I decided that I want to start traveling, the first thing that I was thinking about was like, okay, how do I make the travel experience better? That was my focus. And the credit cards, I was still looking at the travel credit cards and seeing which ones I wanted to get. And I got a few at the time. I think I had the American Airlines Advantage card and the Citi Thank You card. I think those were the 2 cards that I had. I might have had the Chase Sapphire Preferred at that time as well. But I didn't know any better. I didn't know you get credits and all that stuff with different travel credit cards. And so I just jumped on it and got my global entry. I paid the $100. But yeah, definitely, if you can use your credit card to get it, that's where you want to. That's what you want to do. Okay, let's see. I lost my place here, so let me back up here. Rolo. Okay, I missed a lot here. Okay, questions specifically for me, just make sure you put TEC. And make sure right now, hit the like button and share the video. Share it out to Twitter if you can, or Facebook, so we can get more people in here. I didn't actually post, I just thought about this. I didn't even post it on Facebook today that I was going live. Hopefully David did. David does it a lot, but basically, just so you guys know, like I'm getting everything set up for the show. I'm getting ready. I come in, I turn my computer on. I usually do it like 45 minutes prior to, just to make sure everything is working properly. Turn my computer on, the monitor's not working. And so then I'm just went to stress mode right there and went to like trying to figure things out. So I didn't have time to post anything, because usually I sit down, I get everything going, and I'll post it to Facebook and all that good stuff, but I didn't have time to do that today. So if it's not posted in the Facebook group, please, if someone could do it right now, I'd really appreciate that, just so they know I'm here. And then share it with, like I said, share it with your friends on Facebook or Twitter. Okay, let's see, anything else we have here. It's Delta Lounge. I still haven't found my place yet. Okay. Okay, and mobile passport. Thank you for reminding me. Actually, let's move back up higher. I didn't realize I dropped down so far. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna skip through a few because I'm trying to find my place back up at the top. It dropped me all the way down, but I kind of want to skim through. So if I miss your question, I apologize. And what you can do is, if I did miss a question that you were asking me specifically, just type it in again, and then I'll go over it. So if you think, oh, you missed my question. Okay, so Seven's saying that he was able to get, or you can get the no traveling number the same day. I remember him giving me paperwork and telling me stuff, but I'm all, at the time I was just kind of thinking, okay. And I don't think I even used, I don't know if I used the number or not before I got the actual card. Okay, I'll come back today. I'll be using mobile pass. Okay, so that guy's talking about the mobile passport. That's another thing that you can consider getting. Mobile passport there's a separate line for mobile passports as well. But I'm telling you, Global Entry is probably the premier. That's the thing you want to get because Mobile Passport is good. It's an app. It doesn't cost any money, and you can do the declaration form and everything on your phone, and then just have it. So when you walk through, you go through the mobile line, and then you give them that information through your phone. So it does streamline that process. So that's an alternative. So if you don't have Global Entry, then definitely get that Mobile Passport. That will help you out. Okay, as far as perks, Amex Platinum is the best. Okay, so we're gonna start a debate about Amex Platinum versus Chase, and you know what I say about that. Like, use the cards that work for you. Find the program or the companies that you like to deal with, as far as the airport or airlines, hotels, the places that you like to stay, and then get your cards that will complement those places. And I say that because for me, I like staying at higher properties. So I like the whole Chase ecosystem because it allows me to do that. Now, like I said, and you guys know more and more, I'm really liking the Airbnbs. But when I started my ecosystem initially, I was focused more on. I liked the higher properties, and so that's why I wanted to really get as many Chase cards at that time as I could. But get the cards that work for you. I mean, you're going to have cards that can give you different benefits. And Amex will give you this, Chase will give you this, and Citi will give you this. Just get what works for you. And you're also looking at airports too. Like, where are these where are their hubs? So if you have an airline that has a hub near you, then you might be more inclined to go with that airline because you're going to have more variety. When I say more variety, I mean they're going to be going to all these different destinations. So that means that if you're paying for airfare, it's probably going to be a little less. If you're using points, reward seats, you'll probably have more available reward seats. So also look at that. So look at what airports have what hub, or what airlines have hubs near your area at those airports. That's important as well. Okay, you get $80 off Clear if you are a Sky Miles member. Okay, that's cool. But it's still up there though, Howard. It's like, what? I think it's like $200 or something. It might even be more. Okay, TEC needs Amex Platinum. Yeah. Hashtag Amex Platinum. Main, they're all in $95 cards. Gives you GE. Capital One Ventures. Okay, let's keep moving down, guys. Okay. So price, and I'm afraid of the Amex Platinum annual fee. Yeah, I am afraid of it. I have $550. I'm not afraid of it, but you want to be able to get that value, right? So that's the main thing that you look at, and it is hard with the Amex, just the Amex Platinum. Now, if you have the Amex Platinum and you have the American Express, the Gold card, then I can really tweak those and get value out of both those cards that will give me that effective annual fee, because the earn possibility is so good with the Amex Gold. But yeah, you have to do a little bit of work with the Amex Platinum to get that annual fee. But you do have credits, and you do have some other things that you can work on that will allow you to bring that 550 down to zero. Let's see. I think I'm busy that day, Jeremy. Okay, do you use the Gold, Platinum often? Okay, so we're talking about the cards. We'll move a little forward. Move on. Let's see. My goal is my groceries fast food card along with, okay. So I'm going to skip down some of these and see if we have any other questions that are more related to the topic of today. Okay, so May's asking me where the mic is. I talked about it, I'll tell you guys again. So the mic that I was using, it's not the mic. I don't know. I'm actually trying to figure out exactly what it is, because it's not the mic. I've used other mics and they've worked fine with my camera. For whatever reason, my camera gets glitchy or something, and it starts, the preamp just goes way up. And when the preamp is trying to adjust for me talking, so it tries to block out the background noise. But if I'm not saying anything, the amp goes up because it's just there's nothing. So it was just all messed up, and it was, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what was going on. So I hooked in a different mic, and that mic's working fine. So I'm using the shotgun mic today. But that was the issue with the shotgun mic, is it's further away from me. So because it's further away from me, you can hear the computer and things like that. So that's why I was really trying to get something that I could have like right in front of me. That way the audio would be a lot better. So still working on it, and ultimately I'm probably gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with my camera. Maybe get another one sometime in the future, the near future. Okay, and I'm thinking it's the camera. There's nothing else that it could be at this point. So we'll just have to kind of run with that. But it's weird. Like I can do it now, it's fine. And I've done it with this same shotgun mic, and I've had that same issue where I'm getting like this noise, but it's a loud noise. It's not just like it is probably right now. There should be a little bit of noise now, but before it was just, they'll tell you, because I came on early and people were like, I can't hear. You're blind. You're blinding me. You're making me deaf. I can't hear. So, all right. Let's see. 5 years, probably 5 years. 60 months. Okay, we're gonna skip down here. That guy TC Mike went on vacation. Yeah, okay, so he's telling you guys. Yeah. So we'll move forward. All right. Yeah, and the best thing, and you guys are just talking about the different Chase and Amex. The best possible thing is to have like different ecosystems. Build up different ecosystems. Now it's going to take time. If you want to get a Chase ecosystem, you're probably going to start with that one, because that 524 you're going to want to start with them, get that, and then from there, then you can jump into some different ecosystems. But that's the ideal thing to do, because that will give you an opportunity to really have a variety of different programs that you can jump in, different airlines you can transfer your points to, all that good stuff. So that's your ideal situation. And I'm in a good place now because I have the Chase ecosystem and I have points still. So when I do decide, okay, yeah, let me jump into Amex, I can jump into Amex and work that ecosystem as well, and not have to worry about the 524 thing. Okay. Any other questions specifically for me? So yeah, you guys are still talking about the mobile passport. So what's going on, Raven? How you doing, buddy? Let's see, mobile passport or global entry. What's the difference? So I talked a little bit about it. Mobile. I personally, well, I guess I'm biased because I have global entry and I paid for it. So I look at it like this: if you now in today's market, you can get the travel credit card that gives you that $100 credit. If you have a travel credit card that gets you a $100 credit, then it's a no. You want to get global entry. Okay. Now, if you are strapped for cash and you don't really want to go forward with that $100 for the global entry, then mobile passport is an option. Now, what you do need to understand is mobile passport is just for re-entering the country. So you don't get TSA Precheck or anything like that with the mobile passport. Just be aware of that. And TSA Precheck is great. So I'm traveling within the U.S. Even if I'm leaving the U.S., anytime I go to the airport, I can use my TSA Precheck. So anytime I go to the airport in the U.S., I can use TSA Precheck. So you go through that separate line, and that's great for just that whole experience, because you don't have to wait in a long line. Usually don't have to wait in a long line. And you're treated a little better too. I'm not saying TSA treats you bad, but they're a little, they're not on you as much. And I guess they don't really have to be, because there are a lot of different things they don't have to remind you of things. Like you need to take your shoes off and you need to take your laptop out. They don't have to remind you of all that stuff, because you you don't have to do it, right? So if you go to the other lines, yeah, they're constantly telling you, you got to do this, you got to do this. So yeah, it seems like a little less, less, I won't say they're shouting, but less telling you different things that you need to do when you go through TSA PreCheck. And so, so to answer your question, Raven, I would probably get global entry. Just get it. It's $100. It's good for 5 years, and it's worth it. Or good for 5 years or 4 years. I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it's 5 years, but yeah, it's good for 5 years, and it will. You'll think you'll be glad that you got that, right? But mobile passport is your other option, and maybe do it like this: get the TSA PreCheck or get the global entry, get it going, and then if you have a trip coming up, then prior to getting your interview, then get a mobile passport on your way back to the U.S. Or get it before you leave to the U.S., but then on your way back, just use it for that one time, and then global entry after that. Okay, many Americans has Platinum, first credit card I ever got. Let's see what this I get from, especially. Okay, I also really appreciate American Express customer service. Okay. All right, so Jeremy's just talking about the American Express compared to Chase, the customer service, which is huge. That is good. Like customer service is like one of the things I really focus on too. I haven't had to really deal with Chase too much when it comes to calling up like customer service and stuff like that. I really haven't dealt with them that much. But you don't want to be out of the country and run into some issues, and then now you need to use them, and then you find out that their customer service isn't good. That's what you don't want. So. Okay, let's move on down the list here. Anything else? Let's see. All right. Yeah, and I think the Amex Platinum, that big seller, is their Centurion Lounge. You guys are talking about that a little bit. I think that's their big selling point at this point. If they didn't have Centurion Lounge, I think they probably would be hurting. Because it's an exclusive lounge for people who have the Amex Platinum, which is something that Chase doesn't have. And I mean, they should get something like that, but they don't have it. So it really makes people think, oh yeah, you know what, I want that. And now that they're building more and more Centurion Lounges, I think it's just going to help the Amex Platinum be even more popular. Gotta love Centurion Lounge. All right, so let's skip down. So David said Maine, $200 for the airline credit, $200 Uber, $100 Saks Fifth Avenue. Okay, so that's $500 right there. But you have to be able to use all those things. So the airline credit is you have to designate an airline. I believe it's incidentals. I don't think you can book a ticket using that. And then the $200 Uber, you have to be able to use Uber every month. I personally don't. I can use, I guess, like Uber Eats. I think you can do that. But yeah, you have to use those things. One thing I do like about the Chase Sapphire Reserve is that they just give you that $300 credit. And when they give you the $300 credit, it's pretty much it's broad. So I can use it for a lot of different things. And so I like that because it just gives me an opportunity to, like, I don't have to really think, okay, well, I can use it for Uber, I can use it for or airline incidentals. You can just pretty much use it for anything that's travel related. So that's good. The $100 Saks Fifth Avenue, that's good, but not good for everyone, right? I mean, I've never been to a Saks Fifth Avenue. Don't know how expensive it is, but it just sounds expensive to me. So you might not be able to get much with the $100 credit, but you can get something. So that works for men. Does it work for women? I don't know. I think with Saks Fifth Avenue is like a men's. They sell men's suits, I think, right? I don't know. I've never been there, so I guess I shouldn't speak on that. But that $100 credit, that could be useful, definitely. But now they're getting you into their store, and will you spend more than what you would spend more than $100? That's the thing. And I guess you have control over that, but I'm just saying, like, is it enough for you to get in there and get some stuff and leave? Can you go in there, buy a pair of shoes, and get out with a $100 credit? Let's see. Let's keep moving on down the line here. Okay. Any questions specifically for me? Just put TEC before you write the question, and I will address those questions. And then I'll skim through everything else to see what's going on, what you guys are talking about. And then I might add my 2 cents. Anyways, customer service is really great. Okay, travel insurance is a gimmick. Okay. TC, I got, it was 2 different cards. Okay. All right. Okay, I just lost my place again. Okay, so David saying he posted in the live stream. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. I lost my place, so I went all the way. So I'm trying to work my way back down. TEC Amex Platinum gives you global entry, and I hook you up with the referral. Yeah, Jeremy's pushing me to get that Amex Platinum. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Now, I hope I didn't miss anyone, but I did lose my place again, so I'm trying to come back down. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't make any sense, and I can't figure out how it's happening, but it just drops me all the way to the bottom. So once it does that, it just messes me all up here. Let's see if we have anything else. 524 just turned me totally against Chase. A ridiculous rule. Yeah. That upsets a lot of people. It does. It does. So, but when I actually started with Chase, that whole 524 rule wasn't they might have been, well, no, I don't even think it was going on. Yeah, I don't think it was going on at the time. And then they started talking about this whole 524, this unwritten rule and all that. But at that time, I think I had 3 cards already, 3 Chase cards, and I just kind of waited it out. I got a couple more cards. I don't even know where I am, to be honest with you. I'd have to check my credit to see how many or new accounts I've opened, because it's only been, man, the last two cards that I got were business cards, so those don't count. So I probably still have some slots. I know I have slots open for Chase, but I probably have like almost all the slots open, to be honest with you, because it's been a while since I've only gotten 2 cards in the last like 8 months. So, and they're both business cards. Okay, Chase Sapphire car insurance is better than Platinum. All right. Wow, that's David saying that. Okay, 524 term. Okay, let's move through. Any questions for me specifically? Just put TEC and I'll address those questions. Let's see, what country of these 3 would you go to in October or November? Austria, Italy, Germany, with a tour group like Globus. I don't do tour groups. Yeah, I've never done like a tour group. I'm not that kind of a traveler. But if you're asking me the country, I would like to go to Germany. I'd like to go to Italy. So those 2. Probably Italy first, though, for the photo opportunities. I would go to Italy first, but I definitely want to go to Germany as well. Austria, I don't know enough about Austria to I'd have to do some more research on that. But those 2, just looking at this right now, it would be Italy first and then Germany. But I'm not the travel. Let me know what you guys do. As far as, do you do the travel groups? And I know I always talk about this WhatsApp travel group, but it's not like it's not a tour group. Like I'm not big on tour groups. Like I want to experience a country like at my own pace. I don't want to have to get up at a certain time, go, and then they take you here, take you here, take you there. Then you eat dinner, then you come home. And I don't like that kind of stuff. I want to have the flexibility to go out when I want to go out. If I want to sit in my Airbnb or sit in my hotel all day and then just go out for the nightlife, just do that. That's the kind of life that I want to, or that's the kind of vacation that I want to do. I don't want to do the whole, like the tour group stuff. And then when it comes to, for me, a lot of what I like to do is take pictures. So I want to be able to go and take pictures at my leisure and not have to worry about, oh, I got to jump back on the bus. So I don't even like doing the excursions, the group excursions. I would much rather do a personal excursion. So pay someone to take me around. And me and my buddy, we do this all the time when we go and we travel. We did it actually in Aruba. We rented a car because Aruba's a small little island, and Aruba is just like the U.S. I mean, as far as the amenities and everything, there's not much different when it comes to Aruba in the U.S. So we rented a car there. So I generally don't rent cars, especially if I'm in a major city. I like to just go with the cabs because they're so readily available. But when you're on an island, it's a little different. They're not readily available taxis. So renting a car makes more sense. So we rented a car when we were in Aruba. But a lot of these different places, I'll either hit up a taxi driver, which a lot of them will do excursions for you. Uber, you could do like these guys that do Uber. A lot of them, they're not doing it full time, so you can just pull them aside. Hey, I want to go here, here, and here. Can you take me there? How much would you charge? And then haggle a price with them, and then do that. So that's what I like to do. I like to do things at my own pace. I don't like to go with travel groups at all. If I can avoid them, I don't deal with them. Let's see. I'll move on down here. So yeah, and you guys are talking about the car insurance. So yeah, Chase does have that primary car insurance, which is a real big selling point for them. Let's see, what does David say? Can we all agree that the Chase Sapphire Preferred is a terrible card, even worse than Chase Sapphire Reserve? All right, so that's David saying that. I like Chase Sapphire Reserve. I like the Chase Sapphire Preferred as well, but the Reserve is a better card. But that if you do rent cars a lot, having that travel the car insurance is a big thing. It's a primary car insurance, so you don't have to get it with the rental car company. You don't have to use your own insurance to cover anything. You can use that the Chase insurance, which is good. Okay, I think Capital One Venture is also giving you primary car insurance. Okay, I didn't know that. And Venture, I mean, they're starting to make some noise. I mean, they have the transfer partners now, and I should say the travel partners now. So, I mean, they need to improve that the earn possibilities on the card. At least give you some categories that are in the 3s or 4s or 5s would be really good. That would really make the card stand out. But they do have the travel partners now, so they're in the game. Let's just say that. Okay, let's move on down. Any other questions for TC? When I was 15, I had TSA agent. Oh God, why are we talking about this, David? Are you making confessions now or what? Oh man, it's unfortunate, but yeah. Let's see. Let's move on. Let's see. So yeah, David, you I think the statute of limitations is probably up on that, but yeah, that's something that you should address if you can. Still, you can address that with the proper authorities. Let's see, $100 is completely worth it. So I guess what is that? Camera Lover. What's going on, Camera Lover? Camera Lover is saying that $100 for the global entry is totally worth it. So let's see. Main, then I burned all current chase cards and stayed away from. Okay, forever. All right, let me skip down here, guys. Yeah, I think across the board, everybody hates the 524 rule. If you guys are in here right now and you haven't hit the like button, please do so, so we can get more people in here. And please consider sharing it with your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Okay, Julio, what's going on? Actually, let me see. Mark had a question first. So just say it's a terrible card. Okay, so you guys are just talking about the cards. I tried global entry 3 times already with no luck due to the old mistakes I made prior. So I gave up on global entry and tried TSA Precheck and was approved. Okay, all right. So yeah, they do a background, so they will look into your history, and if you do have some stuff on there, I don't know what they're looking for, honestly, but if they do find some stuff, then I guess they can not allow you to get that. But it looks like you can still get TSA Precheck in certain situations, and then ultimately, if you can't get either of those, then you can go with getting that mobile passport, and that will help you out a lot. And they were doing, I don't know if they're still doing these promos, but they were doing promos where they were giving people TSA Precheck. And when I was in Hawaii, this was a year and a half ago. Yeah, a year and a half ago, I was in Hawaii with the family. So I have TSA Precheck. I was flying on a separate flight, because I was using points to fly. My parents, they didn't want to use points or anything. So my parents have a card. They have the Chase Sapphire Preferred. They have points on that card, but they're old fashioned. They want to go with the travel agent. They just like calling up Costco and booking everything through them and not having to worry about things. But when we checked in, they got TSA Precheck, and maybe part of it could be my father's he's 84 years old, so that could have been a part of it. But they all got TSA Precheck, and they don't have TSA Precheck, and so we were able to go in the same line together and everything. So that's nice. I think it might have been 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago, actually, not a year and a half ago. So because was it 2.5 years ago. All I remember is I just got my my global entry, so I just had the TSA Precheck. So I was all excited to use it, and they get it too, and I'm like, what? How did this happen? Okay. All right, Mark B.O. Hey, Premier. Okay, let me scroll through. And like I said, if I miss a question that's directed at me, just repost it. I apologize, because I try to skim through these as fast as I can, and I want to make sure I do get all the questions. What's going on, HD Chillin'? And he says he prefers solo travel. Yeah, I'm more and more liking solo travel. I'll agree with you. And with one of the good things, like I was talking about, especially if you like going to a destination, like a certain place over and over, you meet people there, or you'll be in like Hardy, this HD Chillin', he's in the group with us. When I say the group, I mean the WhatsApp group. He's in that group with us. So when we travel, we can kind of still travel together, but travel solo, if that makes sense. So a good example is in August. I don't know if HD Chillin', I don't know if you're going in August, but we're all going to Colombia in August. And I say all, but there's going to be a group of us going. So I already know that. So we're already planning where we're going to stay and all that good stuff. But it's still solo travel because I'm going to have my own Airbnb I'm doing Airbnb for this one. And then they'll have their own Airbnb, and then we just meet up for dinner, meet up to go to clubs, or meet up to do what have you, but we're still traveling kind of solo, and then at our own pace. So if we don't want to do anything, well, you know what, I'm gonna hang out tonight, or I have, you know, a friend coming over. We're gonna hang out and do that kind of stuff. So I like it. I like it because you do things at your own pace. Now, when you travel with people, like with you, it's a little, you got to do what everyone wants to do, right? You can't really just do what you want to do. And so, yeah, I'm with you when it comes to solo travel, HD chilling. Let's see. Julio. Okay, we're talking about something else. Okay, let's see. Yes, but I didn't allow me to. Okay, so that's collections. I missed some stuff up here. Let's see. Let me go back up here. Only reason I hate Chase is because I can't get any of their cards due to being blacklisted. Okay, so Julio said that he was blacklisted by Chase. So it looks like something went to collections. That's what he's saying there. Yeah, that could definitely happen. That's unfortunate. And that's, I mean, you just have to be on top of your stuff and make sure that doesn't happen. And they can shut your cards down at any time. That's another thing too, just to be aware of. Like, you want to make sure you're always in good standing, because you don't want to have a bunch of points all built up and then they shut your account down for whatever reason. That's another thing too. I mean, you can kind of look at it how you want to look at it, but charge cards, in the research that I've done, I don't have a charge card currently, but I hear that they're much stricter when it comes to being late with payments, and they can just shut you down. Whereas credit cards, usually they give you a little bit more leeway, and they'll give you the late fee, and then they'll give you another late fee the next month. That kind of work with you a little bit more. I won't even say work with. They're not working with you, but they're giving you a little bit more leeway when it comes down to it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Marching years. What's going on, Nika? How you doing? If you guys are in here, please hit the like button if you haven't done so already, so we can get more people in to join the conversation. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to Nika. I don't have global entry. Okay, so Nika's saying that she doesn't have global entry. She has that mobile passport. How's that working for you, that mobile passport? Let's see. Main, guys, don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, please like the stream. And Facebook group. Put out the link. Stop by, join the Facebook group, and join the Facebook group. Join the Facebook group and participate in the discussions. Let's see. Okay, so Jeremy's asking, what is Global Passport, or Mobile Global? Hey, that's a new one, Global Passport. We can start that one. Let's see. I've never looked up their. So mobile, I'm just gonna pull up information they have online about it. So I get global entry. I don't get the mobile passport. I get the Apple Store, but I don't want to go to the Apple Store, so we're gonna go to the Android store. Okay. All right. So it's an app. It's an app that's on your phone. So basically, you get the app here, and it says CBP, so Customs and Border Protection authorized. And so once you get in here, I have not used the mobile passport. I don't have a need to use it because I have global entry. But they're showing you here kind of. Let's see. Can we move here with this? No, I guess not. Okay, so they're just showing you kind of the steps that you would take once you get in. I guess Nika could probably give us a little bit more information too. But basically, you have it on your phone. I believe you take a picture. Yeah, you take a picture of your passport. You answer a few questions, just like the declaration form that you fill out when you come into the country. Uh, it's the same. It's a similar questions. It looks like you take a picture of yourself, and then they give you that barcode, and then you use that barcode. So that's kind of how it works. It's from what I'm hearing, it works. Like people really, they really enjoy it, but it's still not a global entry. You know, it's not global entry. In-app products from $11.99 to $14.99. I don't know what you would have to pay. I believe the mobile passport is free, and then you might be able to pay additional for some other little things. Offers in-app purchases. Yeah, there's some in-app purchases. I have no idea what they are. But yeah, it's an alternative. They're showing you here the different airports that will allow you to use the mobile passport, and LAX is one of them. So Los Angeles. So if one of your airports is in here, it would be something to consider. So when you're coming back from wherever you're coming back from, you do have that mobile passport. So the only downfall of mobile passport, or the only real main difference, well, there's two things. You're going to go through a different line. You're going through a kiosk if you do global entry, whereas this one you still have to wait in line, but you wait in a separate mobile passport line. And then the other thing is you have you don't get TSA Precheck with the mobile passport. You just get the mobile passport. So those are the two major differences. All right, so I hope that explains what that is, Jeremy. And I, like I said, I haven't used it. Nika has used it, so maybe she has more. Let's see. Mobile Passport is an app. You scan your passport and take a picture and answer all the questions on your phone. Then you get the barcode that customs can scan. No lines, no kiosks. Cool. No lines. There's a line. There's got to be a line. Maybe it's faster. Maybe we just need to get rid of the global entry. Yeah, I don't know. They're both they both streamline things. So what you don't want to do is not have either one. Let's just put it that way. So if I'm coming into the country, I want to have at least a mobile passport, if anything, and then I still prefer having the global entry to come back in. Let's see, Nika. Let's see, chase up the referral bonus to 15,000. I don't know what we were talking about. Let's see. Let's move up. Move down. Yeah, and so Nika's just saying that mobile entry is for entry back into the country. So that's what's important to note. You can't just use mobile passport within the U.S. You have to make sure it's only for coming back into the country. It's only for using it with your passport. That's what it's for. Let's see. Michael, what's going on? Overrated. I was going to get it once. I got my passport. Okay. So Michael's saying that, yeah, that global entry is overrated. It works for me. I'm telling you. I've enjoyed using it. Yeah, and Nika said that the appointments are backed up. They are in certain areas, but if you could find, like, depending on where you're living, you might be able to really just go straight to the border if you need to. If you can get global free, then get it, but only my home airport, the global entry line is long. Okay, and Nika's at a major airport. She's in San Francisco, so that's a major hub. Or a major airport, I should say. I think it's larger than, or it's busier than LAX, Los Angeles. You can schedule appointments online. Nika, I did. So when you say schedule, yeah, you can do the scheduling online, but you still have to go down to a facility. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'll reimburse. I'm going to take advantage of that. Yeah. So if you have credit cards and you can get it for free, just have that on the backboard. Like, just get it. Still use a mobile passport, and then once you do actually have the global entry, then you can use it. And it's nice too. just like the mobile passport, you don't have to fill out that declaration form on the plane, and you can just kind of sit back and just enjoy the ride. And then when you get there, then you just answer the questions on the kiosk. Okay. And so Nika's saying she's going to do a video on mobile passport. Yeah, mobile passports. Yeah, that would be actually a really good video. Actually, I'm going to do one too. I haven't done a video on that. But yeah, that's definitely. I did a video on passports that I put out probably about a month ago. And that it's pretty good. I mean, it's over like 1,000 views. So people are receptive to it. They like it, and they're leaving a lot of comments and stuff. So yeah, when it comes to just travel in general, just knowing how to navigate this whole travel system, getting your passport, mobile passport, global entry, TSA Precheck, all this stuff is stuff that you would want to. All this stuff is good information, I should say, and there are plenty of people that will go to YouTube specifically to get more information about these things, because I had no idea what global entry was. You see the signs and stuff when you're at the airport, but I had no idea what it was. Mobile passport, I didn't have any idea what that was. And the thing is, the government they don't really advertise stuff too much. Like, it's not a business. Like, a business will put it in your face all day. You get on YouTube and you just see all these different advertisements about different things. Global entry and things like that, they don't really promote it that much. They'll promote it at the airport, but they don't really promote it elsewhere. So you're not going to see a commercial about, well, I haven't seen a commercial about global entry because that's just kind of the way the government works. They don't really promote. Plus, it's, budget too. They can't just spend a bunch of money on advertisement. Okay, so Main saying he uses mobile passport and it works for him. Let's see. Back up. Okay. Okay, so probably saying, yeah, if you can set up an appointment anywhere. So as far as global entry is concerned, you don't have to be in your hometown. You can set up an appointment. Like I told you, I drove down to San Diego and just made a weekend of it. Stayed there for the night, got up in the morning, went down and did my interview, and then headed back home. So you don't have to be near where you live. You can be on a trip on your way back and set up an appointment and then show up wherever. So because there are some places, like, good example, you come down to Los Angeles for a vacation or something like that. You can do global entry there. There are a lot of different spots in LA that you can go to, or San Diego. Okay. Let's see. I don't know what that is. What is this link? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh. Is this what I did last time? I hit the forbidden button. Oh, man. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. When I hit these link buttons, it takes me out of my feed, my comment section. And yeah, I don't know how to get back to it. Okay. Did the same thing yesterday. Dismiss. Now I don't know how to find a way out of it. God, I wish. Oh. All right. Well, we are gonna have to go back to the other one. I don't know why they don't make these things a little easier to navigate through. So what I did is I hit a link. I think Maine put a link on there, and I hit the link and it takes me out of my chat, and it doesn't allow me to get back in my chat, which I don't know why it does that. It's the weirdest thing. It just puts all these advertisements on here and I can't get back to my chat. All right. Okay. Let me just put you guys on hold just for 1 second, and then I'll come right back. All right, we are back. So let's go ahead and finish up these questions here. And sorry about that. I don't know what, I hit a button and it's gone. My chat is gone. So I just have to use this other chat here. No biggie. This is probably my worst stream as far as just having things go wrong. The whole stream. So just have to improvise. I was trying to fix it on the fly, but it's just not working. So, oh well. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so yeah. Let me show that. So what I did is, like I hit a link that main, I hit link that main has, and it takes me away from the software that I'm using, OBS, and I just couldn't get the stream to come back, or the chat to come back in the window. It takes it away. So I don't know how to navigate through that. So, oh well. But I did show that link. So let's move on here. Okay. Yeah, so Nika's saying it's always empty, that mobile passport line, because no one really knows about it. And like I said, the government, they don't really advertise things very much, so it's kind of word of mouth. That's how people are finding out about it. But definitely, it's something to have. So if you don't have anything, it's good to have. It's good to have something. Nika likes it, so it will streamline the process. That's the main thing. So let's see, fingerprint scan and face scan. They're on their way. Yeah, that's probably saying that. Well, Clear already has don't they have like eye recognition or something like that? And Global Entry, you have the fingerprints. You put your fingerprints on there, and it does take a picture of you. So let's see. ATL already has face recognition. Okay, that's main saying that. ATL, that airline is like, our airport is, I think it's one of the largest in the U.S., if not the largest. Okay, guys, hit the like button. Please hit the like button and share this video with others, your family members, friends, all that good stuff, so we can get more people in here. Let's see. In JFK, there are also no lines, mobile passport. Okay, so Weekend Roamers, that's Nika's her channel, her YouTube channel. So check that out. Have you put a video up recently? I'm pretty sure I hit your bell notification, so I would get notified, but I don't remember seeing anything. Let's see. Your global entry failed. Your person got back from London to JFK last summer. All the kiosks were down. Wow, that's bad. So Champ, how you doing, Champ? So it looks like he had global entry fail on him. I haven't had that experience. No, they've always had a kiosk open, but he said that like the kiosks were all down. Yeah, that would be a problem. I have had once. I was coming back from Paris, and I went through global entry in, I want to say it was Florida or something like that, or maybe it was Houston. And then from there I had a flight, but I had to fly to Las Vegas and then catch a flight from Las Vegas back to LA. So it was just a weird setup. But I wanted to fly first class, and so that's why I set it all up that way. And so anyway, when I get to Las Vegas, I want to say, yeah, I had to recheck. So I had to go back through security. And so I had to get my plane tickets and all that, and then go back through security. Well, I didn't have TSA Precheck for whatever reason. It wasn't on the ticket, and so I wasn't able to go through TSA Precheck. And it was a little at this time. I had my card. I had my global entry card. I was still carrying that with me. I don't carry it anymore, but I was still carrying it with me. I had just gotten global entry, so I was all excited about it. TSA Precheck, global entry, and so I didn't have the number. So when I get to the TSA agent there, you know, they usually check your passport and or check your ID and then check your ticket. So I told him, hey, there's no TSA Precheck on my thing. He was like, yeah, well, it's not guaranteed. Like it's, what was he saying? I can't remember the verbiage he used, but obviously this is kind of verbiage that they tell everyone. It's not guaranteed. I said, well, I have my global entry card, and he's telling me that they can't go by that. It has to have TSA Precheck on your ticket. So that was a little frustrating, because it's like, okay, well, you know, I paid money for this. I should at least get, yeah, he just said it's not a guarantee. So just be aware that you could be in a situation where you're not able to go into the TSA Precheck line because you don't have it on your ticket, even though you have. And to make matters worse, and this is what kind of frustrated me even more. I went through the TSA pre-check line. There weren't very many people in the line. And when I got to the front, he told me, oh, no, you have to go over there. And I said, well, I have TSA pre-check. And I showed him my global entry card. And he said, no, sir, you still have to go over there. It's not on your ticket. So then I go over there. And then when I go over there, then they check it. And then I tell them the same thing. Hey, why do I have to come over here if I have my card? Why give me a card? That's what I think. Like, don't give us a card. Just give us a known traveler number. If it doesn't work, or if it's not on the ticket, then you don't get through. Why give us a card? And like the guy was telling me the customs agent was telling me when I went there to the interview, he was just saying like, yeah, you're never going to use this card. So why give me a card? Why pay the extra money to have this card generated if it's no good? Like, you can't use it for anything. Because that's the only thing that I could think of using it for, other than the fact that you have another government issued ID, which is nice to have. But yeah, that was a little frustrating to me. So that was the only situation that I've had. But I as far as global entry, no, I've always been able to use the kiosk there. And I guess if the machines are down, what do? They just have the separate line, and then you go through and probably answer the questions verbally, I guess, because at that point you haven't filled out anything, right? You don't know that the machines are down until you get there. So it's probably like a kind of a verbal thing where they'll ask you different questions. Okay. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Please hit the like button, guys. Let's get more people in here. And we're trying to get up to at least 30 likes on the video. My last live stream, I did get 30 likes. So yesterday we got 30 likes, so that's great. And that's kind of where I want to be at this point. And that will help the algorithms see that, okay, he's doing live streams every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and it'll bring more people to the conversation. Okay, Nika's awesome. Global entry lines are long in San Francisco. So Nika's saying the global entry lines are long in San Francisco. And let's see, Nika, why would you risk getting in trouble for a YouTube video? What is Nika saying? Global entry? You're not allowed to film in customs. Oh yeah, that's true. No, don't sneak your camera in there. Don't do that. Don't mess with the government. Yeah, you can't sneak. You can't have your phone on, or you can have your phone on, but you can't have your phone like out. You're not supposed to use your phone, and you're not supposed to record anything in customs in that area. So I wouldn't do it because if you record it and then you post it on YouTube, yeah, you can get in trouble. I remember. This has happened to because I fly drones as well, and I went and got the Part 107, the certificate to fly and like fly for business purposes, and people were getting in trouble for flying their drones in areas that they shouldn't be flying the drones, and the FAA would just look at the drone footage, and they get like if you're flying like a DJI drone, it records all that information, so the government can get access to that information and find out exactly where you're flying. But they would just see the footage and they'd know, okay, this guy's flying right near an airport, right near a major airport. And so they were catching people on YouTube, people that were putting their videos up on YouTube and contacting them, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's not even worth it. People don't need to know what goes on or see what goes on inside customs. We kind of all know. But the main thing is having the global passport or the global entry or the mobile passport. Just having that will streamline that process. Let's see, Jeff. I only have a video up, but a lot more to come. Yes, a lot more to come. So get those out, Nika, so we can check your channel out. Ouch, the link was to a different video. Main saying, I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. It's a habit. Like I see it and then I just hit the link and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Because what it does is it opens up whatever that link is right in my chat window. And so I lose it and I haven't figured out how to get it back yet. The only way I do it is by turning off turning off the application and turning it back on, but I can't do that because we're on the live stream. So No big deal. I just need to remember not to do that. I did the same thing yesterday. Let's see. When I was in Israel crossing the border into Jordan, I was Snapchatting. The customs lady yelled at me. She let me keep my video after looking at that. So she let him keep the. You're Snapchatting, huh? In customs. Yeah, I don't mess around in customs, and that's pretty much across the board. Like any place where I go, if I'm going through customs, I always don't have, because I like to record everything. Believe me, I have cameras and want to record and document everything. And we all get. That's a good video. You're coming into a country, and boom, you hit this line. It's customs line. You could talk about it in your vlog, right? Oh, I had to wait in line for an hour or 2 hours. So you want to show footage of the line, right? But yeah, I don't do that. Just try to, especially when you're trying to get into a country, they might not let you enter. Let's see. Yeah, Price said it could cause an international incident. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so Champ's saying, anyone in the chat have an American Express Platinum? I'm thinking of applying tomorrow. Worth that fat fee or overrated? I'm sure that people are going to chime in on this one. Yeah, there are several people who have the Amex Platinum right now. I personally would say it's worth it. You can make it work, but you just need to you need to travel. If you don't travel that often, then it's not going to be worth it for you. Let's see. And Maine saying, yeah, Atlanta's the busiest airport in the U.S. So airports. So Price saying that Istanbul's oh God, I can't say the word. Never mind. Is it Istanbul? Oh my God, I can't remember. I can't say. You know when you can't say something and then you know how to say it, but now you can't say it because you just keep getting tied up. Anyway, Istanbul is the largest in the world, the biggest airport in the world. God, that's so silly. I can't say that. Oh man. Let's see, chat. American Express 2. Love the lounge access. Centurion Lounge. Okay. Still need to upload my Brazil video, Colombia video, Amex Platinum unboxing. Well, you got a lot of stuff you got to get going. In Colombia, C-O-L-O, Nika, C-O-L-O-M-B-I-A. Make sure you, on your title, you don't put C-L-O, C-O-L-U, because you're not going to get that many people viewing it. Because some people get upset. Colombians, ooh, they get mad. You spell their country wrong with a U instead of an O. They get mad about that kind of stuff. And rightfully so. I mean, it's like, you should know. But I think it even like in the US, it auto corrects to Colombia with the U, which is irritating. Like when I do a video and I do the closed caption, so I do the video and I do closed caption. It's nice now because YouTube will it will recognize your voice and it will do it for you. So it'll give you the closed caption, so you don't have to do it like word for word. But the thing is, every time I say Colombia, it puts a U there and says C-O-L-O. It says C-O-L-U. And so I have to go through and correct all those. So, all right, let's see. TEC, you will have to use your Osmopod. No, I won't be doing that. Clandestine operation. So ImageWire is saying that I should use my Osmo Pocket. No, it's not worth it. There's nothing in there. There really isn't. There's nothing in there to record. We kind of know. It's just it's like Disneyland. Just picture a Disneyland line. It's like that. And you're just in an airport. And then you have global entry where there's just nobody. Just think of kiosks with no one standing there. That's what it looks like. All right. Known traveler number. So KTN. So Image is saying that KTN, yeah, it's a known traveler number. And that's what you get. So you'll get a known traveler number with global entry and TSA Precheck. So you just need to make sure when you set up your profile with an airline when you're booking your airfare, they're going to have that little section where you're putting all your information in as far as your name and address and all that good stuff. One of the questions on there will be, do you have a known traveler number? And that's where you put that known traveler number in there, and then you save everything to your profile. So like United, it's already saved to my profile, so that known traveler number will stay with anything that I book. That number will come up. And so that's what will give me, when they print my ticket out, that's what will print out the TSA Precheck. Or if I do it on my phone, it still will show TSA Precheck. So it has to show that on your ticket. Even if you have, just like I said, I had global entry. They printed out my ticket. I didn't notice that it didn't have the TSA Precheck. Now I notice every time because I felt I was irritated because I'm standing in line for TSA Precheck, and then once I get to the front of the line, the guy tells me, no, you have to go wait in this line. And he's pointing to that line, and of course that line, there's a lot of people in that line. And so then that's when I was like, oh, well, I have my, and he was like, no, you still need to go to that line. So now I always check because I would think, well, I don't know. I shouldn't. Since I have a known traveler number, they might still be, if I go and, go check in, and when they're printing out my tickets, I might be able to go back and say, hey, I have a known traveler number. Like it didn't print out the TSA Precheck. And they might be able to do it then, reprint it out with the TSA Precheck. But that's all they look for, is a little TSA Precheck on your airline ticket. Okay. Let's see. Okay, guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get more people in here. Got about 18 right now. Let's see if we can get up to 30. And share the video too. If you have friends, family members that travel or like to travel or are interested in travel, or you've been talking to them about points. Like I always talk to my friends about points. A lot of them they don't want to take the time to learn, but there are some that are like, oh man, that's interesting. The thing is, the big selling point is they see you're traveling all the time, and they're thinking either you're wealthy, which they know I'm not, or something's going on. And so then that's when I start telling them I'm using points. That's how I'm doing it, and then some people get interested that way. But I don't know. It's kind of weird because I think if we don't want to do things, we tend to make excuses. So, yeah, I hear a lot of that. And that's more points for me, the way I look at it. Because the more and more people we have with all these different points, I think the point values will just continue to rise. And so, yeah, you want to promote it, but if they're not interested, they're not interested. Let's see. I'm a little busy. I work 40 hours. I have... you have fur. You have fur children? Wow. What are fur children? They're your little animals? Or do you have actual children? Like 4 children. But I'm on this live stream, so I could be doing videos instead. Yeah. You can watch the live stream, have the live stream playing in the background just so you can hear what we're talking about, and then edit your videos at the same time. Or it should motivate you to edit your videos. That way you can get them out and say, come on the live stream and say, hey, I just put out a new video. Let's see, I got confused when using mobile passport because there was a sign saying that you're not allowed to use your phone. Yeah, you're just not allowed to record. So, yeah, you can have, I think you can have your phone. Yeah, I think you can have, well, obviously you're going to have it out if you have the mobile passport. But I think it's the whole recording thing. Or answering it. I think answering the phone too. They don't allow you to answer the phone. Like you can't be on the phone, I think. I don't know. Like when I say on the phone, I mean like on the phone, like the phone up to your ear. But obviously if you're using the mobile passport, you're going to have your phone out. You're going to have to be physically using your phone. Someone asked me a question. I thought, I want to be like Nika when I grow up. Okay. Funny. Which card does? You give you the value to chase that fire. Okay. All right, I'm just kind of skipping through some of these. Questions specifically for me, just put TEC. I'm talk texting and it always spells Columbia to you. Yeah, it's auto corrected. But I'm just saying, yeah, if you if you put out a video, make sure you put that O in there. Let's see. Is learning Spanish for Colombia. Yeah. Okay, so you see, you're now one of TC's best friends. What's going on, Clyde? How you doing? I'm fine with that. TEC, I think in terms of staying on topic, this is the most successful stream yet. Yeah, well, everybody's got something to talk about when it comes to global entry and mobile passport. I should have added mobile passport. As a matter of fact, in the title, I am going to add mobile passport because we did talk a lot about that. But they're both, yeah, they're both good. One costs money, one doesn't. One you can get credit for if you have a credit card that'll give you that $100 credit. So they're both viable. Okay, Chase Sapphire Preferred has its benefits. Main, for babies or kids. Let's see, Mariah, fur babies, pets. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to talk on the phone. Yeah, I don't think you are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't talk on the phone. But you're obviously going to be able to use a phone. My friends don't get the points game either. One friend is getting married and spent $30,000 on a wedding. I keep telling him you can have a free honeymoon. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Put it on your cards and you won't listen. Yeah, I spent $30,000 for a wedding. Granted, you have that $30,000, right? But when I say have the $30,000, you don't want to just put it on your card and then not have the money to pay it off. But if you think about it, yeah, that's you can get a trip out of that, a honeymoon. So yeah, let's see, Mark, why do you like it? Okay, so you guys are talking back and forth about a card. I have fur babies. Yeah, it's the little doggies, or a little dog. David saying 0 annual fee cards suck. They do if you, well, they don't suck if you can use them right. Like if you have like the Chase Freedom or the Chase Freedom Unlimited, both those cards are good cards to have. And by the way, I wasn't able to get the Chase Freedom Unlimited card with the 3%. I wasn't able to get that one, so I didn't do anything. I'm gonna get the Chase Freedom card and just use that one. I was hoping to get that 3% for the first year, but since it's not going to happen, I'll go with the Chase Freedom card and do the rotating categories. But no, some no annual fee cards are fine as long as you use them. If you can use them in tandem with another card. So the Chase ecosystem, I can speak for that because that's what I have. I could use that Chase Freedom card, get the cashback points, transfer those points up to Chase Sapphire Reserve, transfer up to that account, and then from there that I can use travel partners. So that's what I do. And Main is saying, David, get the Chase Ink Unlimited. I do have the Chase Ink Unlimited now. So in reality, I have that card already. Like I have a card that gives me the same value. I was trying to get that bonus, not really the bonus, but the 3% for the year. I was trying to get that. That's why I was looking for the Chase Freedom Unlimited, because they were giving you that 3% for the first year. So that's the only reason that I was interested in getting that card. And what I wanted to do is I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I wanted to downgrade and try to still get that benefit, and it didn't work out. Okay, let's see, anything else, guys? That's our government at best. Here you don't. I need this, but I am required to give this to you because we have. All right, without getting too political, but yeah, he's just talking about Mike's just talking about the card. Like they give you this card, but you can't use it. There was no the use that I would think I would be able. Well, like I said, I think the other thing that I could have done if I would have known, like noticed it, noticed that TSA PreCheck wasn't on my ticket, I could have gone back to the line again and told them, hey, you know what, TSA PreCheck's not on here. I do have TSA PreCheck. Here's my card. Here's my known traveler number. That might have worked, and then they would have printed it out on the ticket. So that could have been the way that I could have used it. But actually going to a government agent and telling him, TSA PreCheck agent, say, hey, look, I have my card. Yeah, that doesn't work. And he had that auto response. It wasn't like he thought about it. He had that auto response. So it's happened before where people will come up and say, hey, I have my no traveler number. He's like, yeah, we don't guarantee it with every flight. It's pretty much exactly like that. And when I first got it, it was a little frustrating where, like I said, you go to some of the, and I said this earlier, you go to some of these airports and they don't have a dedicated line for TSA PreCheck. So it really defeats the purpose. You go through a line and you get through quicker, but it funnels in with everyone else. And so when you're going through the actual security, you still have to take your shoes off, you still have to take your computer out, and all that. So you have to do all that stuff anyway. So that defeats the purpose of having the global entry or TSA PreCheck. So they were doing that for a while. Now I'm noticing when I go to the airport, I have it. Even the small airports, they have that dedicated line, and they have the dedicated security where you go through another security point that's only for TSA PreCheck. That they have their own little section, which is good. But yeah, that got a little frustrating too. And I talked to someone about that too. Another one of the TSA agents said, it's kind of in a nice way, but just, it's a little frustrating to get this card and then you can't use it. Or not this card, but to get the TSA PreCheck and you're not able to use it. Yeah. Or fully use it. I still have to wait in line, but I have to go in with everyone else. So let's see. Nika, when I signed up for the Freedom Unlimited, I had 20,000 sign-up bonus December 2018. Yeah, and that's a good bonus. That's because I think it's average is like 15,000 or 15,000 points, which would be like $150. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I have some slots open, so I could just jump in and get. I could jump in and get the global. What am I trying to think of? I completely lost my train of thought. I can jump in and get the Chase Freedom card brand new, so I get the sign-up bonus instead of downgrading a card and not getting a sign-up bonus. Let's see. What are the most nicest Hyatts called? You have different ones, but Park Hyatts are nice. You have the Andaz, those are nice. I even like Hyatt Centric, and they don't have very many of those. But Hyatt Centric is kind of eccentric. It's like a eccentric. I don't know. It's a different kind of vibe. Like, I like them. There's one in Long Beach, and I've stayed in that one a couple of times. Yeah, but it's a different vibe. I know they have one in San Francisco, but it's more of a modern kind of modern vibe. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know about interior design and all that stuff of the hotel, but yeah, it has a different vibe. But the one in Long Beach is nice. You go up to the top, the roof, and they have the pool on the top, the rooftop, and yeah, it's a nice little spot. And then they also have, let's see, what other Hyatts do we have? Those are the main ones, though. And then you have the Hyatt Regencies, which are a little older, but they're still nice for the most part. You have some newer Hyatt Regencies, like the one that Nico went to in Cartagena. That's a brand new one. But for the most part, you have the Hyatt Regencies. And Hyatt Regencies, you can stay in some nice. They have some nice Hyatt Regencies. But like when you get up to the Park Hyatts, that's when you're at the top echelon of Hyatt properties. But me personally, I like to stay in the cheapest ones. I like to stay in the Hyatt Place. Those are my favorite. Let's see. That happened to me in Alaska. I didn't have a TSA PreCheck on my ticket, and the regular line was so long, and I would have missed my flight. Luckily, I kept my no traveler number in my notes. Okay, so were you able to go back and get it on there? I guess, Nika, is the question. I'm always late. Yeah, we know you're always late. I don't even know you, and I know you're always late because you say it on there all the time. It's like good stand on the regular line. TC, why are you not traveling to Europe? There's quite a few countries that are nice, cheap, including Ukraine, Poland, Romania. You know what? I will be traveling to Europe. My thing right now is when I travel to Europe, it's only going to be one trip. I already know that. Per year, one trip over to Europe or over to Asia. That's kind of the way I want to do it. But I can travel to South America as much as I want. Like it's not far, it's not expensive. But when you're doing when I say expensive, like expensive money wise and expensive points wise. So that's my main reason for, and I like South America. I actually like going to South America, and I'm kind of on this whole learning Spanish tip. Like I want to learn Spanish, and so it helps me every time I go out there. I learn more and more and more. So I'm enjoying it right now. But I do know, and I do want to do some outside trips. Like I want to go to, when I say outside, I want to do some trips outside of my comfort zone. Like my comfort zone right now is South America. That's where I go a lot. So I will. And I mean, I've been to Paris. I did that 2 years ago. So I'm due to go back to Europe. So, but I don't know. Like Ukraine, I've heard some good things about Ukraine, Romania, Poland. Yeah, Latvia, Bulgaria. Yeah, we'll have to do some research on some of those. Hyatt is nice. TC put me onto Hyatt. Yeah, they're nice. There's some nice properties. They usually have a clean like a clean setup, and you know what you're getting. That's what I like. Okay, the points guy. What is this? Okay. Bottles of tiny toiletry. I don't know what bottles these are. I'd have to read that article. Yeah, so there's that link there, so you guys can check that out if you want. And you know, I clicked on that, and what happened? It popped out. Okay, there's my chat there. All right. Oddly enough, San Francisco does not have TSA. They are one of the couple of dozen airports in the U.S. that use private contractors. They don't have TSA? What? Is that true? Has to be true. Maine said it, right? Or who said it? No, ImageWire said it. Is that true? I don't know. Like I don't even remember now. Last time I went through the checkpoint in San Francisco. When was the last trip that I went to San Francisco? It wasn't very long ago. But is that true though? I have no idea. I guess Nika would probably know more about it than any of us. When you check in on the app, you can add your known traveler number. So I just rechecked. Yeah, okay. So, and that's probably, I can't remember if I used my app to check in or not when I did it. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you just reprint your ticket or redo your check-in process on your app, then you get that TSA pre-check on there. But with me, and I could have actually, when I went to the first line, TSA check, the TSA pre-check line, and they told me, oh, you can't go, you have to go over there. I guess I could have stepped out of line, got on my phone, and reprinted because I had the actual paper app. I could have, or paper ticket. I could have just, I don't know if you can do that, rebook. I don't know how it works. But let's see, TSA in San Francisco is a private company. It's not the government. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Let's see. Check-in desk for my baggage drop is, yeah, company is called Convenient Aviation. I guess they are contracted by the government, but those are not government workers. Wow, that's interesting. But are they in like the Homeland Security, the TSA pre-check close? Wow, that's interesting. I wonder why it's that way too, because San Francisco is a pretty busy airport. I wonder why they're contracted out. Yeah, that is news to me. I had no idea. Let's see. All right, guys, hit the like button if you can. If you haven't done so already, don't just keep hitting the like button because then you like, then unlike. So just hit it once. But if you haven't done so, hit the like button. And if you guys are interested in learning more about travel and travel credit cards, all that good stuff, join the Facebook group. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification because that will notify you anytime that I post a video. And I'm gonna have to do some work now because I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. For those of you who came on a little later, I broke my computer. I broke my computer screen. So my screen is not working. And so I'm using another screen up here right now. And I need to take my computer in to get it fixed. So I have another laptop. I'll be using that for now. But the thing is, I was editing videos on this one. So I need to figure out how I'm going to navigate through that. I don't know. I haven't. I'll figure it out right now after I get off here. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that I have for you guys right now. If you guys have any other questions, we can talk about those. Yeah, that's good to know though about TSA. I didn't know that was a private company. I never really paid any attention. Let's see. The government is a private company. I forgot at 6 a.m. and no traffic. Let's see the uniforms, but they do not say TSA pre-check. Oh, okay. Or Nika's saying they do say TSA pre-check. That's weird. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if I'm sure the pay is less too. Yeah, private company, it's probably paid less and no government benefits. Let's see, I spent 3 hours in Budapest waiting for a check in to open, so I feel your pain. You're still in security clearance to work there. Okay, yeah, and I would imagine, and Nika's saying that they still have to have security clearance to work there. I would imagine, yeah, they can't get around that. They have to, that has to be a priority. Okay. So I wonder how many other airports around the U.S. have private screeners. Okay. I once had an argument with and his girlfriend about arriving too. Wait, what does this say? That guy, TEC, once had an argument with what? I don't get what you guys are writing here. Early at the airport, let's say I'll post an article, TSA, on Facebook. Yeah, please do that. Yeah, I'm just curious to know what airports. 24 airports in the U.S. Okay. There was a truck bus on TSA in San Francisco. They were letting people oh God. Is that I remember hearing a story, but I think that might have been Atlanta. Maybe it was San Francisco. I don't know. I remember hearing about a flight attendant that was she was smuggling drugs into the country, and they caught her, but she was able to get away, and they caught her later, but they stopped her, and then she was able to get away. They made it sound dramatic, like she ran away in the airport, but I don't know how far she could have got if she ran away like at the airport. But she was detained at the airport but got away, and then they got her later. But I don't know if that was San Francisco or if that was somewhere else. But yeah, that's crazy. And David saying the private screeners do a way better job. Look at the facts. Yeah, I don't have any any facts to look at. It'd be more than I'd look at an article if they have articles. But yeah, I when it comes down to it, I mean, I remember they had, they've caught some flack. TSA's really catches flack every once in a while when it comes to the screening. But I remember when they were doing the whole talking about different screening, where they do these tests, I guess, like to see if they can get things in, and they were getting knives and I don't know if it was guns, but they were getting weapons in past the screeners. And so yeah, that's pretty crazy. But it was people that work for Homeland Security and stuff are the ones that were doing these tests, I believe, something like that. So it wasn't like just average Joe was bringing stuff in. Yeah, Anika said she heard about that flight attendant. I can't remember where it was. She did a run away. Yeah, she took off. I think she was from. Where is she from? I remember that story though. I just thought that was the craziest thing. Was she coming from Jamaica, or there was some connection? I think with Jamaica or something. Was it JetBlue? Let me see. Now I'm curious. Smuggle. Yeah, it's so crazy, and it's just not worth it to do stuff like that. Oh, it was LAX. It was LAX. It was Los Angeles. Yeah, I remember this. Let me open this. Oh God, what are we doing here? Skip this ad. Open this up so you guys can see it. Yeah, this was it. When did this happen? So this is last year, April of last year, so 1 year ago. Yeah, former beauty pageant contestant sprinted down the escalator and out of LAX after she was selected for security screening. Okay, so I guess when they selected her for the screening, she bolted. So they didn't know what she had until, like, she just bolted, left her stuff there, and then they probably found out, oh, there's drugs here, and then they went after her, but she had already gotten away. Yeah. Craziness. Yeah, former Miss Jamaica. Yeah, I remember this. So JetBlue, it was on a JetBlue flight. I just talked about JetBlue yesterday. I still like their airline. But yeah, that's crazy. What is this video here? This video of her. Let's see. Yeah, and the feds don't mess around when it comes to time. So she could be facing a lot, or could have faced a lot of time. I don't know what she got. Are you guys able to hear the audio? I don't know. I don't know if the audio's coming through. I can't hear it. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. Let's see. Can't hear it. Okay. I'm just gonna. I've already dealt with enough of my audio, so I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. You guys see the article? I'm over it. But yeah, that was the article, and I think you guys remember. I remember it when it happened. But yeah, sorry about that. It's just I don't know what's going on with my audio. I had everything dialed in yesterday. Today it just seems like it doesn't want to work, so we're gonna have to get back on the chopping board and try to figure out what's going on with this. Let's see. Why is Facebook group active now? What are we saying here? What are you asking me? Let's see. Is there another comment talking bad about the government, Homeland Security? Okay, I don't think anybody's talking bad about the government, but let's see here. At least they got here at the end. Look up the drug bus and TSA, San Francisco. Oh, there's another one there, huh? Let's see. Just use the Dell Amex Business Platinum credit for portable projector right now. There's a Facebook group posted a link about private screeners. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to take off now. And thank you guys all for stopping by. And if you have any questions or anything like that, jump in the Facebook group, put that stuff out there. I guess they just posted something about the private screeners, so you can learn more about that. I will be back on tomorrow. I'm going to have to figure out all this stuff that I got to deal with. I need to take my computer to get fixed. And hopefully that will, I won't have it done. You know how they work. They're going to take a long time in order to fix this. They're going to take their time. But that's all I have. So thanks for stopping by, and I will be back on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll do it all again. And we're going to talk about Colombia tomorrow. So if you're interested in Colombia, please join in. All right, talk to you later. Bye.